Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome back to today's live session. My name is Tinoye Adeniyi-Taiwo. I am the Director of Communications here at the Riley Divorce and Family Law Firm. And today, this afternoon, I have with me our COO, Andrea Klein. We're so glad to have you on live, not just once this week, but twice.
Thank you, T. It's always such a pleasure being on here. This is going to be a really great topic for our audience today. We have a lot of clients who are professionals and business owners, and we deal with this stuff all the time. So we're really excited today to be able to answer some pressing questions that business owners and professionals have when going through divorce. So if you're a business owner or professional managing just significant assets while dealing with a high conflict divorce, this conversation today is for you. A high net worth divorce comes with unique challenges, and today, Tinoye and I are going to help you navigate those while avoiding costly mistakes.
That's right, Andrea. Let's dive in. So, a common mistake is underestimating or overlooking some hidden assets. Andrea, in your experience, Andrea's a fantastic law clerk. Well, she was a law clerk at her firm prior to being the COO. She has over 20 years of experience. So, in your professional experience, Andrea, would you say that this tends to happen a lot with high conflict divorces?
Absolutely. People often forget things like stock options, private business shares, foreign investments. Assets, some assets aren't really that straightforward to track or value. And if they're not easy, we forget them or we don't include them, right? When we're doing our financial statements and NFPs. In high net worth divorces, these can easily slip through the cracks if you're not careful. That's why it's essential if you're dealing with a high net worth assets and a lot of different assets to bring in forensic accountants. A forensic accountant can dig really deep. They can analyze financial records, uncover things that are hidden or misrepresented assets, and they ensure that everything's accurately accounted for. Without this, you might end up with a settlement that's not truly fair. And trust me, you don't want surprises months or even years after a separation agreement is signed and you're coming back and wondering what to do.
That's true, and that tends to happen a lot. But you mentioned full asset disclosure. That's so key and that's important. So, Andrea, what happens if someone isn't fully upfront about all their assets?
Oh boy, this happens a lot, and things can get messy really fast. In Ontario, the law requires both parties to disclose everything. But in high net worth divorces, people sometimes try to get a little bit sneaky and try to hide things.
We're talking about hidden investments, offshore accounts, even art collections or luxury vehicles. Is that true? Sometimes aren't really listed when it comes to disclosing assets.
Exactly. And it's not always about what's obvious. Assets like stock options, business interests, trust funds, they can be really tricky to divide. That's why it's crucial to bring in the right experts. Again, like forensic accountants who know where to look and they can make that everything's accurately reflected on the net family property statement.
Hmm. So if someone's hiding asset and then it later comes out, what are some of the penalties, that could happen? Could courts come back and reopen settlements? Is that something that tends to happen? Let me know a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first of all, honesty is key. Both parties need to come to the table with full transparency so that division is fair from the start. It's about protecting your future because when all the cards are on the table, you can move forward without fear of nasty surprises later.
So everyone watching, if you're going through a high net worth divorce or you know someone who is, don't skip out on this step. You need to make sure you know what is in your financial picture. All right, Andrea, let's dive more into this a little bit more. What's another mistake that you've seen when it comes to high net worth divorces?
Another big issue that we see all the time is improper business valuations. Business valuations can be very complicated, especially in bigger businesses and more financially high net worth businesses. If either spouse owns a business and it's not enough to just rely on tax returns. Like if you're a T4 employee, you can't just rely on paperwork that's provided from your accountant. Sometimes internal financial statements don't always determine its full value. Those numbers don't reflect the true market value. You have to think about things like future growth, growth potential, and intangible assets that may not be properly captured. That's why business valuations are essential when you're going through trying to value a business.
Exactly. And an inaccurate valuation can skew settlements. You don't want that. If the business is undervalued, one spouse could walk away with less than they deserve And sometimes if it's overvalued, the other spouse could be stuck paying way more than is necessary, right?
Exactly. That's why working with a qualified business valuator is crucial. These professionals know to assess the full picture, including things like cash flow, liabilities, and future projections. This will ensure the valuation is fair and both parties can move forward with confidence.
Yeah, that's true. So, is there another common mistake that you can tell us a little bit about?
Yeah, absolutely. Another common mistake that I really want to talk about is ignoring the tax consequences of divorce. This can be a huge misstep for couples. So, for example, like when you're transferring properties, you're liquidating investments such as like RSPs, liras, things like that. You're dividing stock portfolios and pensions, especially. It can trigger capital gains or other tax liabilities that weren't necessarily accounted for in your settlement that you didn't necessarily even know existed at the time. So you've signed your paperwork, you're ready to go. You're like, yes, I'm getting a great settlement. And then all of a sudden, bam, you're slapped with some huge tax bill that you weren't expecting, right?
Definitely don't want that. So, it's all about being proactive. You want to go into this process fully informed so you're not blindsided later. And honestly, a little planning can just make a huge difference. That's what a lot of clients tend to forget, right?
Yeah, absolutely. In the end, divorce really is a fresh start. And what you don't want is unexpected taxes dragging you down after everything is said and done. And it's also really easy to forget how costly it can be to maintain the same lifestyle post divorce. So, for high net worth couples, there's often substantial expenses. There's things like private school tuition, vacations, maybe memberships at luxury clubs and gyms, or maybe, dealing with multiple properties and property taxes and things like that. Many people don't think beyond the immediate settlement, but those costs accumulate quickly over time. So those are important considerations when you're going through divorce.
Exactly. That's why having a solid financial plan is critical. If your lifestyle depends on spousal or child support, you need to prepare for the possibility that those payments might decrease, change, or even stop one day, especially if your former spouse's financial situation changes or the children grow up. You don't want to heavily rely on that.
Exactly. And it's not just about budgeting for today, right? It's also about planning for the future. We need to think about things like inflation, tuition increases, potential emergencies, and having funds just in case. Without a plan, you could really find yourself struggling, even if you get the best settlement on paper.
That's true. So, bottom line is consult the right legal team. That way, you can create a long term plan that aligns with your new reality so that you can enjoy your life without worrying about unexpected expenses that could catch you off guard. You do not want that.
No, you definitely don't. One of the biggest mistakes we see in our law firm is not hiring the right legal team from the outset. Many clients come to us, they've already been with a lawyer, they felt they weren't represented properly. The lawyer, maybe didn't have the experience with high net worth divorces because they are very complex. You need someone who understands not just family law, but also the financial intricacies involved.
Absolutely. And let's be honest, this is really not an area where you want to cut corners. A skilled lawyer will not only advocate for you, but will also ensure that you understand your rights and your options. That's one of the key things about the Riley firm. We take a holistic approach and we like to educate our clients along the way. Right. In addition, with our legal team, we also have business validators that can help you assess your valuation, support calculations, and tax implications.
Absolutely. We work very close with a business valuator who's been doing this for, I believe, 30 plus years, and he's fantastic. He helps a lot of our clients that are in this situation. So, without proper legal representation, you could end up agreeing on terms that might seem good in the moment, but could really hurt you down the line. So, whether it's a poorly structured settlement or you're overlooking hidden assets, a qualified lawyer can help you prevent making these costly mistakes from the outset.
Mhm. And remember, it's not just about having a lawyer, it's about having the right lawyer.
Yes.
For someone with experience in high net worth cases. And don't hesitate to ask for referrals or check their track record. You want someone who will also fight for you, like Paul Riley, for your interests and guide you through the emotional and financial complexities of the process.
Absolutely. A strong legal team can provide the support and expertise you need to secure a favorable outcome, allowing you to move forward confidently into your new life.
Great. So now we'd love to hear from you all. If you have, any questions, if you know someone or you yourself are personally going through a high net worth divorce, let us know in the comments what challenges did you face? We want to answer some of your questions as well and keep this conversation going. We honestly hope this afternoon's live was helpful for you. And if you know someone who could benefit from this discussion, please feel free to share this video with them.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us today. And just remember, every situation is unique. It comes with its own set of challenges and complexities. And with the right guidance, you can navigate your divorce smoothly and really make a fresh start.
Absolutely. So remember, be proactive, ask questions, and don't hesitate to reach out to us if you have any further questions at www.therileyfirm.ca. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon, Andrea. It's always a pleasure to have you on here.
Thank you, T. It's a pleasure being here. Take care, everyone. See you soon.
Have a good day.
Bye.